Thank you. The team here and the dear press. I'm not new to you, neither are you new to me. There may be few faces that I'm seeing after a long time. After a long time. But I'm just a part of you. In the Numek, you asked me to be your patron. I think I'm still there, unless you organize the coup to overthrow me. But otherwise, I'm very grateful to meet you. I'm very happy to meet you. What is the purpose of my coming to you and to Kitgum? The first thing is I want people of Kitgum and you press to get clearly from me the occasion of beatification of this man. Who is he? And what did he do? And what can we learn from him? This is what I came to. Secondly, I came to also do apostolate among the people, to say there is somebody whom we can imitate after Jesus Christ. We can imitate. And then, thirdly, to also appeal to the people to participate in organizing the celebration at Kalongo, which will be on the 20th of November this year. So those are the three major areas which I have come for. This is the man. He is called by names. Ambrosoli, Joseph, or Joseph Ambrosoli. In Italian, they call it Giuseppe Ambrosoli. His life is a long one, which I'm not going to handle too much. I wish you had this pamphlet. There is a brief history of him here. I will only indicate three things about him. That he was born on the 25th July, 1923, in a place called Ronago, in the province of Como, in northeastern Italy. He, when he was now an adolescent, he joined medical school in Italy, and he became a doctor. After obtaining his award or degree in medicine, he presented himself to the Comboni missionaries who were working here in the northern part of Uganda, if he could become a priest and also a missionary, which was accepted by the Comboni. So he joined the school where to learn how to become a priest. After finishing his studies, he was ordained in Milano by Bishop or Archbishop Giovanni Battista, which means John Baptist Mundini, in 1955, December 17th. And in 1956, he came to Uganda, particularly the northern part of Uganda, and in a special way to Gulu. He was in Gulu. Then by that time, Bishop John Baptist Cesana assigned him to go down to Kalongo to develop the dispensary which was at Kalongo. And eventually, as he went there, he worked very hard to bring that dispensary to the level of a hospital. And then he also established a midwifery school to help the easy giving birth to the mothers, many of whom had a lot of difficulties in delivery. Followed by, he established also 2 centers for lepers at Aliro in the area of Lira or Lango, then Morolem in Lambo for these victims of what you call lepers. Besides this, he was also a lecturer to medical school in Mulago. He lectured in the area of surgery because he was a surgeon. He worked in Kalangom for 36 years. He died on the 27th March 1987 at Lira. At what? 3:30 p.m. And it was after being forced to leave Kalong. 44 days after having left Kalong, he brought many personnel to safety. So, this was the brief about him. Why did he want to come in Africa? His slogan, or his, you could say, motto was, God is love. I must be his servant to the suffering people. Suffering people. So the theme for our general celebration at Kalong this year on the 20th of November 2022 is God's servant for suffering people. What can we learn from him? First of all, his faith, a deep faith in God, which is a common feature for any human being. Any human being is called to believe in God, who is the creator and who is also sustainer, who is what we would call even a redeemer for people, and who leads people to eternal life. He was very strong in that one. 2, he learned to love God very, very wholeheartedly. And this spirit of loving God, he learned it from his mother, who loved him so much, and from also the family in general. Then from his instructions in the school and also in the church. And this spirit was so strong in him, he was now motivated to love others because he was full of love in himself. So he wanted to share that love with other people. Another virtue he had was simplicity. Was very simple man. From a very highly learned family, very rich family, he could have put a lot of feather. He could have put a lot of what you call a bit of wake. But he was a very simple man, humble and pure in his intentions. Those 3 points are very important. Humble, simple, pure in his intentions. And the last, there are other things we could put. His spirit of service to the people was very firm, very strong. And so much so that people noticed a difference between him and other people with whom he was working in the hospital. They considered him the best doctor because of his dedication and commitment to the service to the people of God. And it made him be famous, not only in Kalon, not only in Gulu, not only in Acholi. He was followed by many people for complicated operations from Sudan, Kenya, Ethiopia, Tanzania, Congo, and I also heard that it was from Zambia also some people came. So this made him very famous doctor, very famous. Now, where am I meeting you? Besides your work to inform, to educate, to entertain, and other activities, I think it is good also you keep informing people about this man. At this time, he is the most outstanding to be beatified in Uganda. And it is the first beatification in Uganda. There are 4 stages in the Catholic Church where one is made to be a saint. The first elementary is to be venerable. They call you venerable, which means among people you are outspoken. You are somebody very unique and exemplary. So they call you venerable. Then number 2, servant. They call you servant of God. That means the way you have done things, you have shown yourself as a servant of God, listening to him and putting his action, his words into action. Then the third is now the stage he is going to be declared. And that is called is called blessed. This is the word we use, beatification. Means you are acknowledged to be uniquely blessed by God because you have got qualities which other people don't have. Yet you live among the rest of human beings, but you distinguish yourself as unique among them. So you are blessed. That is why that word is used. Blessed among humanity. At this stage of his beatification, he is the most blessed among 9 billion Ugandan, no, sorry, I'm saying Ugandan, 9 billion human beings. He has distinguished himself the best of all. That is why we think his image should be broadcasted worldwide. It should have been done by the Pope. But Pope Francis decided to change this practice. Instead of taking all things to Rome, he says, let us give the opportunity of beatifying any person in the locality where he has worked or where he was born, where many people know him and they can be inspired by his life. That's why he is being beatified here in Uganda. And you are the best now to broadcast this news. Not only for people of Uganda, not only for the people here in Acholi, not for Africa, but for the whole humanity. And it is not because of religion alone. He is a Catholic, yes, but the goodness of his goodness, he showed it in practice when he was doing what we call specialized area of medical. He treated anybody. For him was a human being. This is a human being. He didn't care what color it was, or his language, or his religion, or his political affiliations. Whatever it was, that was secondary. Here is a sick person. I must treat him or her to wake up, to be healed. That was it. And if that is true, why not declare his blessedness to the whole of humanity? so that we learn from him how to be good human persons. That is very, very important. And that cannot be passed without any continuous writing about it, talking about it on the radio, presenting TV, his lifestyle, and so on. All this, I think is very important. So I treasure you this evening for having come to listen to me about this, so that you can easily broadcast this. I know some of you use the YouTube. Is it YouTube? Yes. You are the ones who can educate me better in that one. They call also the mass media. The mass media. People drink a lot of dirty water. Excuse me for calling this dirty water. But these are the clean water to be drunk by people. You know, getting somebody like this in the whole of the history of human beings, somebody like this. It is unique, and that is the level we are supposed to be. That is the level at which we should be. So, thank you for your attention, and I appreciate also what you are doing in the different mass media, or they call you media fraternity, or but for me I call you always dear brothers and sisters, or dear friends. Whichever you choose to call me or I call you, you are free. Otherwise, I'm very pleased to announce to you the status of this man, and who he is, why he came to us, and what can we learn from him, and what should we broadcast to the world about him. Thank you for your attention.